I'm up. Tell them I'm good. Hi, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. I think I'm good, Octavius. Good. At least it's gotten loaded up. Let's see if it connects. I appreciate you getting that for me, though. I think this is going to be okay. It's very kind of you. iPads, they're tricky things. Yep.
What's that, bro? 15 seconds.
We broke the story that somebody.
Let's go for a walk, folks.
5, 4, 3,
Octavius,
2,
count this down.
1.
We saw lots of sunshine on our Sunday. Now we've got a little patch of clouds working their way through the region. Should make for a really nice sunset. This is our live view from our Haley Tower sky cam. If you're going to be out and about for this evening, you'll need the winter coat. Temperatures will quickly drop down into the mid-30s around 9 o'clock. It's going to be a cold start to your Monday. I'll let you know how cold coming up.
Good evening, I'm Scott Simmons. A pothole nearly swallowed a child along the Jackson Road today. Residents called on the city after a kid fell into the pothole on their street. Crews started working to repair that huge hole this afternoon. 16 WAPT's Allie Ware was there before crews got to work.
At what point does this pothole turn to a sinkhole?
A crater.
A crater.
I agree.
Yeah.
It looks to be more of a crater.
Yeah. That's not a pothole anymore.
Living on this street, concern for safety of your children. This is the pothole where a boy fell in and actually sunk to the bottom of it. They're trying to play with this board. As you can see, it goes all the way to the bottom of this pothole. And like I said, some parents now concerned for their child's safety.
This hole is about 12 feet deep.
Suffice to say, that, folks, is a deep hole.
The city has not put these barrels up around the pothole to make sure that no cars actually go into the pothole. But parents here say they have the city gets a place for another child. All thing. In Jackson, another 16 WAPT News.
Again, that pothole is on Donald Street at West Street, and those who live there say water has been flowing from it for about a month. And our last check, crews were out there working to repair it. Jackson police investigated an afternoon shooting. This happened in the 1200 block of Country Club Drive. Police say someone shot a man. Emergency crews rushed the victim to the hospital. No word on his condition right now, and so far, no arrests have been made. A teacher caught on camera slamming a high school student onto the pavement. Now school officials are calling for his job.
We saw it very compelling, and our recommendation would be television.
The video was captured by another student. It shows a Jim Hill High School teacher right here picking up a student and slamming that student to the ground. Now witnesses say that student tried to hit a female principal just before, and that's when others stepped in. Authorities say the student was not seriously injured. Well, since we posted this video, hundreds have been weighing in on our Facebook page about the incident. For example, Vince Tony said, if some of these parents do a better job of raising their kids, it wouldn't come to that. But Charles writes, no wonder there is such violence in Jackson if this is the example by authority being taught. Violence begets violence. Lisa says the kid was wrong, and yes, the guy was wrong, but most of all, the kid was wrong. Hey, if you'd like to join in on the conversation, head over to our Facebook page at 16 WAPT News, Jackson. Another chapter in the fight over the Jackson airport. Jackson City Councilman Kenneth Stokes asking if the city loses control of that airport, what might happen to Hawkins Field. 16 WAPT's Ann Parker joins us live with more on this one. Ann.
All right, Scott Stokes
And
believes that this airport fight has raised a serious question about what the future of Hawkins Field looks like. We broke this story that some state lawmakers want a regional group to oversee the Jackson Airport. Hawkins Field is considered part of that since its star Jackson is
6 months, got
the oversight board. State Senator Josh Hawkins has proposed a change for the board to have members from Hinds, and Madison counties. Stokes claims that the makeup of the airport board it might bring dangerous changes to how Hawkins operates.
Our concern is the flight plan.
Scott, read the CBO.
With the current airport authority, we have worked to make sure that the planes will not come with the head of the residents.
This has nothing to do with language. This is about the leadership of this airport and what happens out here, what's developed around this airport. And so, you know, like I said, to me, that's not really the root of the problem. And the solution, I think, is new leadership out here and a new direction.
We are having some technical problems with Ann's live shot. Let me pick it up from here, though. Harkins and the governor have said a more regional approach to the airport might lead to growth and more flights to and from the area. We'll have much more of the story tonight at 10 o'clock. Officers have identified the man killed in a Copiah County wreck. It happened last night before midnight. Officials say 45-year-old Doom Doe hit a deer on I-55 near the Hazelhurst exit. Someone driving a Dodge Caravan stopped to help him. That's what authorities say. Another driver hit that Dodge Caravan as Doe was standing near his car. He died at the scene. Still, no leads into who murdered a mom and her son inside of their Pike County home. Investigators say a family member found the bodies of Barbara Connolly and Sean Butler in separate rooms in their home on Avenue L in Macomb. Family member called 911. Officials say they were shot to death. Officers believe, though, it happened hours before their bodies were discovered. Developing right now in Iraq, 3 American contractors are reported missing, and U.S. officials are investigating this as a possible kidnapping. The State Department says they are working with the Iraqi government to find them. Officials are not saying what kind of contractors the men were at this time. They say the men went into missing days ago near Baghdad. The State Department not releasing any other details just yet. An historic weekend as some key economic sanctions on Iran were lifted. This is several American detainees in Iran finally made it back home. Karen Conklin reports.
Nuclear deal was never.
Next to the desk.
All of our differences with Iran.
Heading to the desk, folks.
Engaging directly with the Iranian government.
So what we could do
This is the first time.
would be after the news,
Yep.
5 minutes, talk about the situation,
Hold that thought for a second, Nathan. I'm at an IFB in the. What were you saying?
Iran and its nuclear ambitions. Years of isolation, they now some crippling sanctions against Iran were lifted.
Why don't you do that after the stream?
Iran set the deal in exchange for checks on its
Nathan, finding new ways to interact.
progress, growth, and development of the country.
Today is a historic day, an exceptional day as well in the political and economic history of the nation of Iran.
Saturday, Secretary of State John Kerry met with Iranian Foreign Minister Mohammad Javad Zarif in Vienna after a UN agency verified Iran had completed the necessary steps to restrict its nuclear program. And just after that meeting, U.S. officials confirmed that Iran has freed 5 American prisoners. Separate cases, some as early as 2011. 4 were
How's everybody doing today? Sorry, I'm getting signed up here.
Jason Ryan, charged with espionage in December 2014, following 5 months in detention. The plane carrying the Americans one step closer to reaching U.S. soil.
To my fellow Americans, today we're united in welcoming home sons and husbands and brothers who in lonely prison cells have endured an absolute nightmare.
In Washington, I'm Karen Capa.
Those Americans will arrive at a U.S. military base in Germany. At that base, they'll receive a medical checkup and will likely be reunited with their family members. This week, we could learn the outcome of 2 post-election battles that have impacted the state legislature. A House seat and Senate seat are on hold because of election day challenges. The Senate battle is between Bob Deering, who defeated Melanie Sojourner. She's challenging the outcome, claiming poll workers mishandled the ballots, and she wants the Senate to put her back in her seat.
Based on the case law that is on the books, there are several case laws that speak directly to voting both of these issues, and in those, what they have said is that the radical departure from the statutes taints the ballot to such a degree that those votes have to be thrown out.
The burden of proof is on them, not on us. And I think Mr. Biden has done an excellent job in proving that there was no illegality.
The House race in contention is between Mark Tullis and Bo Eaton. They drew straws to decide a winner, but Eaton won, but then Tullis took his case to the legislature. Officials have delayed the hearing for a Clarksville Elementary School principal accused of cheating. The original hearing was supposed to happen tomorrow. State education leaders say Heidelberg Elementary principal LaWanda Jones encouraged cheating on standardized tests in her school in 2013. The Department of Education wants her teaching license revoked. The hearing now set for March 7th. At least 2 people are dead after deadly tornadoes ripped through Florida's Gulf Coast today. Officials say 3 tornadoes touched down in the area this morning, killing 2 and damaging buildings and homes. You can see the damage right here. No other serious injuries have been reported so far. People spending their Sunday picking up the pieces.
You don't realize how much power and impact that a tornado has until you see this. I mean, it's pretty devastating.
Officials say the tornadoes caused more than $3 million worth of damage. The Mississippi River is slowly starting to go down after reaching near record levels. The river is still cresting in Natchez, crested in Vicksburg Friday. Caused plenty of homes and damage to homes and businesses in low-lying areas. Some residents, though, did question why we are getting so many flood events compared to, say, 100 years ago. Well, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers points out there weren't as many control structures in place back then that prevented damage up north.
We don't necessarily have more flooding, it's just at higher levels. You know, before the levees, it spread out X amount of feet deep, whereas now we're forcing it to stand in the channel and stack up higher.
Hunting restrictions along Mississippi likely to remain in place. Here's meteorologist Nathan Scott. Nathan, when we will start seeing these high waters actually start going down?
Well, Scott, you said it. It's a slow go, and it's going to continue to slowly recede back into its banks. Here's the forecast for you folks in Vicksburg. The stage right now at 50 feet. But you notice Friday, it goes down a little more than a foot, down to 48.4 feet. And for you folks in Natchez, the stage right now, 56.7 feet, and it'll be dropping about a foot by Friday. So if you're dealing with detours, especially you folks in the Delta, you're going to continue to deal with those detours probably over the next week or so. I don't think the river's going to go entirely below flood stage until maybe by the end of the month.
Okay. Gas station smashed the moment a car rammed into a gas station. Caught on camera. Plus, the world's largest dog. One couple thinks their dog may actually break the record. We'll tell you more after the break. Stay right there. You're watching 16 WAPT News at 5:30. The one to watch. You didn't really get to see it. It looks like a big old terrier is what it looks like to me. Look like a terrier to you? I think it's huge. I don't know. I mean, it could be a wolfhound. Wolfhound is a tall dog. No. Great Dane will have, 200 pounds to it sometimes. Who hasn't seen me at the gym lately? Michael? Michael Scott means I've been at the gym. Hi, Tina. Hi, Tiffany. Michael Scott means I've been at the gym. What you talking about, boy? Why is he wearing an Indian bonnet?
1 minute. Nice shot. Beautiful shot. Yeah. I didn't say it's a shot. It's a beautiful shot. So, shut off.
It's a magnificent shot. After 2 full days of searching, there are still no signs of the 12 Marines went missing after their helicopters apparently collided in Hawaii. Community members gathered Saturday night for a vigil. Joe Beth Rivera. Sometimes I'll practice and then still hose it. And what will make me mad is sometimes I'll say Abu Musab al-Zarqawi and not stumble, and then I'll stumble on Brandon. That drives me nuts. Rocking the pink and white tie today, if y'all noticed. I have gone with the yellow.
I haven't chosen this tie for quite some time.
And we hope you don't ever again. No, I'm joking. It's a good-looking tie.
This is 16 WAPT News, live at 5:30. The one.
Well, for Sunday, we saw lots of sunshine out there. Temperatures today warmed up into the upper 40s to lower 50s. Take a look at this. We did have a patch of clouds make its way through. Now those clouds are quickly racing their way off to the east, but our beautiful sunset from our Woodward Bluff sky cam. The high for today at Jackson Airport topped out at 52. It was a chilly start to the day. 33 was the low. It's going to be colder than that for the start of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But right now, temps are at 48 degrees. We've got that wind from the northwest at 6 miles per hour. So that adds a little bite to the air with our real feel number of 45 degrees. It feels more like 39 in Greenville, like 44 Meridian, it feels like 46 in Natchez. Here are the actual air temperatures. 41 right now in Starkville, 43 in Hattiesburg, and 46 in Natchez. But look what's happening just off to our north. We've got a front making its way through Arkansas into West Tennessee. To the north of that front, bitterly cold air right now. That's air temperature, folks. Kansas City, 4 degrees above zero. 13 degrees in St. Louis. If you think that's cold, 8 to be here right now in Minnesota, where temperatures are well below the zero mark, and that colder air will continue to force its way down to the southeast. The good news for us, we're just going to get clipped by this cold air on Monday. Temperatures only topping out into the mid to upper 40s, but if they're traveling to the northeast, maybe Nashville into Tennessee, they will be stuck into the 30s and 20s tomorrow. Here are the expected highs for us here in Mississippi tomorrow. Low to mid 30s in North Mississippi. Here in Central Mississippi, topping out, I think, into the mid to upper 40s, maybe a few low 50s down to the south. So you see, there's the clear skies with a few clouds arriving from the west. And as we take a look at the bigger picture here, there's where that front's located. And that front will swing its way through for tonight. It's all because we have a large area of high pressure pumping in that supply of cold air. But it's not going to last. Like I said, we're just being clipped by this cold air mass. The high pressure quickly slides off to the east. So by Wednesday, mild air returns. Along with that, the first system with a chance of some showers. And I say first system because as we get to the middle part and latter part of the work week, the weather pattern will become much more unsettled. 33 for tonight. Middle of the skies, cold and frosty. 46 for the high on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. We see a mixture of sunny clouds. Here's 70 forecasts. 54 on Tuesday, 64. You know, there might be upper 60s on Wednesday if enough warm air pumps in south. And then a good chance of showers and storms on Thursday. And then much colder on Friday and Saturday. So just an up and down week expected.
But at least a remote chance there's about a flake or two of snow may fall.
You're going to talk about that, aren't you? Put me on the spot. It looks like Friday we're going to have a storm system that's going to quickly make its way off to the east. It might produce a few snowflakes in North Mississippi. Of course, that's several days away.
I know, I
There's
heard you
something
say Mike. There's hope. All right, thank you. After 2 full days of searching, there is still no sign of the 12 Marines who went missing after their helicopters apparently collided in Hawaii. Community members gathered Saturday night for a candlelight vigil. Joe Beth DeVera reports.
A somber
He
Saturday
didn't want to mention snowflakes.
Community members gather at Heli with
Ha!
candlelight vigil.
Put me on the spot.
See, Nathan didn't even want to mention snowflakes. He's convinced that if he even mentions it, people would just say, you said it was going to snow. I say, no.
2 days of
I say, dude, chance of snow. Let me know.
There's still no
That's
sign
right.
of the 12 Marines that went missing after their CH.
There's a chance of snow, let me know.
Crashed
All right, Octavius.
Thursday. The Coast Guard, however, says it has found debris.
The debris that's been located has been consistent with aircraft of this type, the Sea Stallion, and we found various debris from Waianae to
Cindy, I stumble all the time.
and it's just spread out over a large region.
Army soldiers volunteered their Saturday to help.
Up and down the North Shore.
2 to 3.
Looking for any signs of debris or any informalities within the ocean itself.
2 to 3. That's there to this.
Coast Guard official says anyone
Give you a look
who
at what I
finds debris
see.
should treat it as hazardous material.
May have chemicals, it may have pollution on it. There may just be some things that, as it interacts with the ocean or as it's falling apart, could cause a hazard.
Progress has been made
The Marine Corps has just released the identities of those 12 missing Marines. We're going to have much more on this tonight at 10. The moment a car smashed into an Australian gas station, it was all caught on camera. Check it out. You can see the car slam right into the store, nearly hitting a woman inside. The woman disappears from sight as the car flies right into the convenience store. The car just missed her. Store workers dragged the two people inside that car out to safety. They were taken to the hospital for treatment. Police are still investigating, trying to figure out what caused the accident and whether alcohol might have played a factor. A couple in Nevada think they may have the world's largest dog. This is Rocco. He's a Great Dane, and the couple has reached out to the Guinness Book of World Records to see if he qualifies as the world's largest. The couple says they knew Great Danes got pretty big, but their dog's growth isn't like your average Dane. The dog stands 40 inches from paw to shoulder. The owner says he's no lap dog, but he doesn't know that. They say Rocco loves to cuddle and sit in their laps. See, horses smaller than that. One of the state's best D linemen could be heading to Mississippi State. Details next in sports. You're watching 16 WAPT News at 5:30. Did y'all see how they made me read that Mississippi State tease? The best lineman going to state. They made me read that. Truth hurts. Truth hurts. Why you make me read that tease, man? That's just painful. Which one is it, Simmons? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But they,
Hello? Say it again.
once he confirmed that he was going to Mississippi State, people from Alabama were giving him hell.
Really?
Yeah. So he went back and like he changed his Twitter account. He said, "I'm going to Alabama." He's 18 years old. He don't get about that, you know. And like,
I don't want the kid to be unhappy. He wants to go state, more power to him. Just don't go to Alabama. I would rather him go to state than Alabama.
I know, yeah, you had a brain for the no one.
he's just used to everybody liking him.
Yeah, not used to it.
Now when people talk about it,
Let me tell you something. You don't have to tell people about this guy going to Mississippi State. You can just go on and put that story at the end of the newscast.
10 seconds. Y'all say make the catch. Oh no, we're good. 4, 3, 2, 1.
so much for Sweet Home Alabama. Well, at least that's the case for four-star Meridian, Mississippi defensive tackle Raekwon Davis. Yeah, according to Scout.com, the 6'6", 327-pound lineman is no longer rolling with the tide. The senior had been committed to Alabama since his junior year, but after going to Mississippi State this past weekend for an official visit, it seems as if he's changed his mind. But all day long has been back and forth with conflicting reports. According to the Clarion Ledger, he did confirm that he took his commitment to MSU, but other outlets are reporting he is still headed to Bama. Oh, let the recruiting frenzy begin. I have reached out to Davis regarding his decision, but he's yet to respond. National Signing Day is February 3rd. It was a battle for first place in the SWAC for Jackson State men's basketball team Saturday. A win over Texas Southern would have given the Tigers the conference's top spot, but despite outscoring TSU in the second half, Jackson State fell to the SWAC's only undefeated team. The silver lining in all of this, the no-quit mentality shown by Wayne Brent's squad. Led by Rayford Worship, after trailing by as many as 15, JSU trimmed it to just 4 with a little more than a minute to go. The comeback may not have been completed, but Coach Brent pleased with his team's fight.
All right, Jackson State will take on the 1-15 Prairie View A&M Panthers Monday. That game will be at the AAC. Tip-off is 7:30. The divisional round of the playoffs continued today. The NFC got the early game. Seahawks bounced Cam and the Panthers from the playoffs last year. Could they do it again? Seattle back up on the 9-yard line, and Russell Wilson avoids the sack. He completes the pass, but it's to the wrong team. Panthers' Luke Kuechly runs it in for the pick six, 14-0 Carolina. Panthers clicking on all cylinders in the first half. Cam Newton right on the money to a leaping Greg Olsen in the end zone, making it 31-0, and that would be the score at recess. Now, Russell Wilson and his crew trying to mount a second-half comeback, throws it deep in the end zone to Tyler Lockett. Lockett makes the grab for the Seahawks' first points of the game. Score now right a second touchdown, 31-14. Wilson again gets in trouble but uses his legs to buy some time, throws to the end zone over a leaping Josh Norman. He finds Jermaine Kearse for a second touchdown reception. Seahawks within 10, and they would shut out the Panthers in the second half and add a field goal, but to the victor goes the spoils. Panthers advance to the NFC Championship for the first time since 2005 with a 31-24 win, and they will face the Arizona Cardinals. That should be a good game next weekend.
I thought the Panthers were going to let them back in and catch up.
It looked like it for a second. I'm glad they were able to hold on.
Michael Oher, Ole Miss guy, plays left tackle for the Panthers.
There you go.
Still a Saints guy, though. A dolphin dive coming up. We'll show you a surprising moment caught on camera. Stay right there.
That should be our reason to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Don't you think I should go to the Super Bowl, folks? If Michael Oher goes, he'll need me to provide in-depth news coverage.
They need him.
Faithful. Yeah. Mr. Pink Tide just showed up, guys.
Take the
party killer.
Yes, party's over.
The party killers arrived. Mr. I don't want to talk about snow.
Okay, next time we'll say off the record, Scott. So you don't. It's still doing it, huh? Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of social media posts about this storm because the models are painting over a foot from Carolinas all the way to New York and all that. Should be exciting.
I have to say, for better, my experience on Facebook, switch my Facebook site or update.
Hey, Brooke. Y'all said thank you for your last story. You need to get thought about it and made okay.
I use
Nice timing. Cindy Howard, like
thank you.
You're the only one, Cindy. Xavier says simple quick. Well, that's not right. Oh, quiet. There you go. Good job, Nick. That has a different context, Xavier. I'm like, dude.
Just because you left off me,
Yeah.
the whole
Change the whole context of the
the
thing.
whole mood and everything.
Xavier was dogging you, Nathan. So quit, man.
So the internet's working.
Yeah, I haven't had a drop since that very first 5:30, which was last week. We had one 5:30 drop.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so far, so good. But I don't know what the Browns are.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay, over in Florida, a dolphin was caught on camera having a little fun at a paddle boarder's expense. On cue, you can see the dolphin in the background, just hop over the water, take a dive right over a paddle boarder. Two women were shooting a YouTube video in Tampa Bay, and just happened to catch that magic moment on camera. That's pretty cool.
That makes it vacation memorable.
But you don't want to let us know.
Let's see what's in the forecast. Chilly for tomorrow. High only 46. The warmth is in the 60s on Wednesday.
He's very guarded about that. Hope to see you back here at 10. Bye-bye. Go show them your forecasting models, so they don't, whatever.
All right. If they're interested, it's up to you guys. But so as a meteorologist, I look at models, weather models, and I want to show you basically what some of the models are producing for this coming week. So this is one model. I'll switch the camera around so you can see it.
These are like
All right, so this is the European model. And if you look over here at the key, now consider this is just a forecast, but this is one model. As we head into the end of the week, this is Saturday morning, and then we get into Sunday. You see what's happening here? That is quite a bit of snow. According to this model, this is not a forecast, this is just one model. But even the potential, there could be maybe a few snowflakes, maybe a light accumulation for North Mississippi, not out of the question. But certainly, if you're planning to travel to the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast, you definitely want to keep a close eye on this system. Now, let's take a look at, this is called the European ensemble means, and this is basically showing models are broken down into different members. So this is 51 solutions of the same model. But what we're painting out here is the location of the low. So you can see there's pretty good agreement right there off of Cape Hatteras, and this is going to be Saturday morning. If that happens, they're definitely going to see a pretty good amount of snow through West Virginia into the Susquehanna Valley and up to the Northeast. That's a European model. This is the GFS model. So as we take a look at the GFS model, this is Thursday morning, and then you see it evolving here, coming out of the plains. And the more black lines, that indicates the stronger the system. But it all depends on the track of this system. But where you see the blue, that's snow. Where you see the purple here, that's some very heavy snow taking place. So once again, we've got pretty good model agreement that the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast, even the Southern Appalachians have to be on guard for this system. For us, it is bringing down the 32-degree line right there. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully it's not too blurry for you. That red line is the 32-degree line. That's the freezing line. It does bring in the potential, maybe a little bit of light snow for North Mississippi. So it's something we're going to be watching. And also, behind that system, right now the forecast on Friday is 48 degrees, but it could be much, much colder than that. If that system winds up, it's going to bring in a lot colder air, and highs on Friday might only be in the 30s. We'll keep you updated.